year was 1994 when Donkey Kong Country first graced the Super Nintendo console. If you've been clamoring for another adventure with our Primate hero since then, don't worry. You can stow away that time machine because Donkey Kong Country Returns is finally here. Aside from a few caveats, fans have every reason to rejoice at how well the game captures what made platformers of the 16-bit era so much fun. When you start playing, you'll immediately recognize how reminiscent the game is of many of Nintendo's most memorable platformers. You start out by selecting levels within a variety of worlds with their own specific themes. From there, you embark on a side-scrolling romp collecting coins, puzzle pieces, letters of the name Kong, and of course, bananas. The levels are enjoyable enough that if you've missed any secret items before, revisiting levels becomes part of the fun. Eventually, you'll make your way to the end of each world where you'll fight a quirky but fairly challenging boss. It's familiar territory for sure, but that is definitely a good thing. While the game may look like a standard 2D platformer at first glance, Donkey Kong Country Returns improves the experience by using its 3D space well. Every now and then, the action moves from the foreground to the background and vice versa, adding depth to each level. On top of that, each world provides their levels with atmospheres both visually appealing and distinct from each other. Overall, it's an excellently crafted game. The only features holding this game back from a perfect score are its motion controls and its two-player co-op. In a game that requires split-second reactions, it's often distracting to have to stop and forcefully shake your controller just to perform a simple action. A button press would have sufficed just as well. Secondly, in co-op mode, if your partner has a penchant for dying, look forward to some short games as he or she will most likely drain the number of lives you both share. Sure, Donkey Kong Country Returns isn't entirely perfect, but it still possesses all the elements that any fan of the platforming genre will completely appreciate. If you love the original game or any other classic Nintendo platformer, this is definitely a solid buy. A 4 out of 5.